So it's me and my lady, and we're responding to a call we got from one of our faithful, loyal followers about a dog that was found tied up in a park in Queens. And not only was he tied up, but he was tucked all the way in the back where no one was able to actually see him. Fortunately for us, there was someone who was in the area and in the back and happened to see him, and they grabbed him. He does have some cuts all over him, so we're going to go scoop him up right now, and we're going to bring him back to the rescue and get him the medical attention he needs.
Boy.
Hey. Oh, he is little.
Yeah.
Oh. So explain to me, like.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
he was left in a park in Forest Hills.
Okay.
Tied up. The person who reached out to me on Instagram.
Oh, so you didn't even actually know the girl? Oh,
no, I know Susie.
Oh,
Susie and I did a rescue over a year ago.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
So Susie was like, V, like, I don't know what to do. Like, this dog, we just picked him up. He was left behind the courts.
Okay.
Like, where no one can see him, like the basketball court.
So they actually, like, almost hid him in a way.
Exactly. So then she goes, he was literally shivering, just sitting there, and was barking. He's like a talking barker kind of thing.
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah. He doesn't even know what a toy was. He didn't know like how to play or anything. So then she goes, she's used to seeing all these dogs tied up.
Yeah, they are fresh. Yeah,
everywhere.
Fresh.
All over his body.
Oh, he's got him on his body too?
Yep. His feet, everything.
Yeah, he is. He's probably only about a year old.
So I went and picked him up yesterday,
okay,
and he was amazing last night.
Good.
But like, I literally had to show him how I was putting the bone in my mouth. I'm like, this is what you do with a bone, and he like got it right away. Yeah. But he's great. But he is, you know.
Yeah, he's beautiful. He really is.
He's so loving. And he wants to be around dogs. So he'll cry if
well, I got Mac in the car.
Okay,
so
awesome. Yeah. Because like, we walked him together with every possible dog you could see. But when they're in the house, he
cries to get to him. Good.
Yes.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need.
Yep.
Right, bud? Huh?
You're gonna be so happy.
Okay. Come on, you want to go on the chocolate handsome Mac? Boy, he's gorgeous.
I know, he's really cute.
Good boy. Yeah, he's got cuts all over. This one's fresh. This one's fresh.
Hey. Do you guys want to take them on like a little walk?
Sure, yeah, that would be amazing.
So Nala is improving. She has improved muscle mass and muscle strength. When we stand her to support, she's now maintaining a stand on her own. We are doing it multiple times, and she is continually maintaining that stand, which is excellent. Her left side is slightly weaker than her right. In the underwater treadmill, she has more resistance to manipulation and gait patterning, which is excellent first sign of learning how to spinal walk. So we're very pleased with the progress she's made in just a few sessions. It's just been 2 times in the water. She was more relaxed in the underwater treadmill today. She was calmer. She was eating readily. And I think she's going to do quite well. So I'm hopeful for some type of mobility with her in the next 2 to 3 months. There, she seems to.
Down there, but not up higher.
Yeah, look.
Good girl, Nala. Good girl.
Oh, Nala.
So we're using the standing exercise as a strengthening exercise, and we're using
All right, no problem.
the stim pads on
no
fluctuating between the hamstrings and the quads to promote standing. support and strengthening of the stand. We're using the physio ball to hang on with that.
Don't do that. Stop. Stop. When you first met him, it wasn't really the greatest interaction.
No, he ripped his coat.
Okay.
But.
So let's go like moving forward. Let's like proceed. So you guys brought him home, and how was he like coming home, coming to the new environment? You can see he's scared. I mean, another new environment, another change. It's a big deal for him right now.
He went bananas.
In this apartment?
Yeah, like I had to hold. I didn't know he was gonna like react like that, so I knew he was like weird with men. So I held him in that corner when he came home, and he like he just lost it.
I'm not scared. I'm not being smart. Like it's a dog. Like I'm not like I'm a human. Like if I know this little dude gonna bite my hand, do I really want to take a chance right now? And because he looks like he's fine. You know, ultimately I do and I have to, but it's kind of hard when you give him food and then 5 minutes later he's like, come here. Come on. No.
For everyone's safety here, and I always err on the side of caution, okay?
Yeah.
And safety. I'm much like yourself, Manny. Like you're a smart guy. Clearly, you were like, you know, do I trust him? No. Has he given you a reason to trust him? No. Are you gonna reach out and pay him? No. Well, I don't blame you because I wouldn't either. Like, if he's gonna display like that, then he's gonna display like that. And the fact that your first interaction was that he, in effect, in his mind, got the better of you. That's where he thinks that he's at. So what I want to do is I want to put the muzzle back on him, and I'm going to then put the leash on him, and I'm going to correct him, and then we're going to see what he does backing down. Then I'm going to hand off and show Manny how to correct him with the muzzle on, because there's nothing that he can do at that point. That way he can actually, Manny can interact with him at that point in a point of safety. Alright. See, a lot of movements that you do is what wigs him out. So you see, like, if I make the movement, that's when he's going for me.
Yeah.
So come here. But that tells you he has no real fixation, because the fixation will come is if he, like, there's a noise and he doesn't take his eye off you.
Yeah.
Now, if he takes his eye off you, it means he's easily distracted like that. But the thing is with him is he's got to realize that, you know, handling him, there's nothing that he can do.
No.
So a lot of it is hand movements. He thinks that you're going to hit him.
Okay, clear. Yeah. Stop. No. Sit. Good boy. Be good.
But what I want you to try with him is muzzle him and not restrain him.
Okay.
And not restrain him, and you'll see a tremendous difference in him if he's not restrained.
Okay.
Because he's not going to be so reactive. Now, if he does act out, then rather than anybody getting like physical or grabbing him or doing anything, just keep his harness on him, hold his harness, make him sit down in that place, and just keep him there until he's calm, and then walk away from him and ignore him.
Sit. And stay.
Now ignore him. Ignore him. Walk away. The biggest thing you can do, or the worst thing you can do, is look at him. You look at him, now you've engaged him, eye contact. Alright, so not bad first session with Wade. First things first, as I realized with him, is that somebody's overly handled him. So a regular corrective methodology is not going to work with him. So what I did was I did a different approach. I restricted his ability to bite for the time being and get used to their movements, because he was very scared of their movements. Once I get him used to that, that's when we're going to remove the muzzle, and that's why I said it's only going to be for temporary and it's only going to be for training purposes, but it's going to be for Manny to get comfortable, it's going to be for Wade to get comfortable, and the more that they walk, the more time they spend with each other, the more time that they do that bonding, they're going to see that he's ultimately in control. And with Manny being able to actually take him physically to his bed, that's what's going to help us. That's what's going to make him learn that there is a boundary and there is a rule.
This is Toya. She's about 5 years old and was rescued by us when she was left tied to a picnic bench. Her owner was arrested and his girlfriend decided that she could no longer care for her, and rather than, you know, trying to rehome her or surrender her somewhere, she left her tied up to a bench. And the neighbors, you know, were keeping an eye on her for a couple days and called us when they realized that no one was coming back for her. She's completely housebroken and knows basic commands. She has obviously lived in a home before. She's not destructive. She doesn't chew anything. She's just an absolute doll. She loves people. She would love to snuggle up on the couch, but she also does enjoy going for her walks and getting exercise. She would really like to, you know, go on hikes and stuff like that. And she is up for adoption at nybullycrew.org, so be sure to visit our website and fill out an adoption application.
So I'm outside Nybc headquarters, and I want to go over a couple of things about the video that we posted on how to break up a dog fight. A lot of people have come on there and said that if you try to grab the dog by the collar, you might get bit. Well, if the two dogs are engaged and are locked onto one another, you're not going to get bit if you grab their collars. And if you grab their collars and lift up, they won't be able to breathe and they're going to let go. People have said that the best way to break up the fight is to pull their legs apart. If you pull their legs apart, you're going to rip apart whatever they are locked onto, and if that's the dog's neck, you risk the chance of ripping the other dog's neck out. So that would be your last option, because you're not going to break up the fight. You might have a dead dog. There was also someone who said that if you have multiple dogs and you put the other dogs away, that you'd come back and the one dog would be dead. That is also incorrect. In the dog fighting ring, some of these dogs fight for even a half hour and don't die. So that is incorrect. If you have a pack of dogs and there's a pack fight, you need to pull one off, the second one off, the third one off, however many there is, and then address the ones that are fighting. Okay? And once again, sticking a finger in a dog's ass is going to do absolutely nothing to break up the fight. Okay? And one last thing. Yes, you might get bit trying to break up a dog fight, but if you have two dogs that are fighting, they have to be broken up. And if you get bit in the process, sometimes that happens, and that might be the casualty of owning dogs. So it could happen. But if you want to break up the fight, the best way to break up the fight is to use the collars as sort of like a noose and lift them up. Don't yell, don't scream, don't kick, don't punch. Just be as calm as possible and hold them until they let go. All right, so it's me and my lady. We're at JFK Airport, and we're about to go inside and pick up Bonnie. Bonnie was found abandoned in Puerto Rico, although she's completely happy and healthy. She was abandoned, and one of the ladies on the feeding route grabbed her, took her in, and she's been in boarding for about 2 weeks, and now she's finally here, so we're gonna go get her. She's Bonnie, AKA the Brick Shit House, and you'll see why. Let's go. Bonnie, Brick Shit House Bonnie, the Brick Shit House. So I'm happy that she's up here, and pretty sure she's going to get adopted right away, which is always a bonus. So it makes room for another one. So we're on our way back to the rescue now. we're outside NYBC headquarters with the fam. We got Chemo, we got Mila, and we got Mama Oats. They have left my house and they're here now. We are trying to keep them together as a family, but it doesn't look to be like anyone is interested in 3 dogs. So we're going to continue to put them up for adoption together, but eventually we might have to break them apart. So if someone out there would like to be their hero and would like to adopt all 3 together and keep them together as a family, you could fill out an application at nybullycrew.org and they could be yours. So that's the update on the fam.